Hey, what is up? What is going on? This is Gumby, and welcome to another Gumby review. Today we're going to look at a platinum scrim. Well, majority of them are platinum, so it's whatever. So let's see. So both teams, okay, this is the platinum team. Wait, not that one. This one is the platinum team in question. They're running an Orisa Diva, which is a bit of a question mark considering that Roadhog has had some changes and they're pretty good. The hook is actually pretty decent. So it's an Orisa Diva with double sniper, and it's going up against Goats with a Mei. So let's see how this pans out.
Oh well, it's too late. You go to
Right
schedule
click on it and options.
Wait, my volume's not working. Left. Looks goats.
Yeah, it's good.
With May.
So good identification of what they have. What you need to do now is either get your, well, it's not either. It's you need to get your Hanzo and your Widowmaker into an angle wherein they can split apart this Goats team. You don't want Goats to be like a solid unit, because that is basically the strength of Goats. And in the case of your team, like they have double snipers, you will have a lot of advantage of having them pull apart targets from by positioning your snipers into different locations. So this Hanzo can either go all the way here, the Widowmaker can still just stand around the Orisa behind her and keep sniping, or both snipers can actually position themselves over here, because there's literally nothing that can get them apart from maybe a very skillful Mei shot. And then of course the tanks can just front on them and do whatever. Another thing that I question here is, by the way, this Lucio, considering that you have an Orisa in your composition. Why? Your Orisa basically just wants to stand where she is right now, or wherever she plants her shield. What I'm saying is that Orisa likes to be immobile and not have to move places. Lucio, on the other hand, likes to move places. He wants to position his team wherever they want to go. So, wherever they need to go. So it kind of clashes here. A better pick would have been Zen instead of a Lucio. And the Zen would actually provide the exact same benefit. Well, it's not really the exact same benefit, but the Zen would have been another saving ult in the form of Transcendence to replace the sound barrier. So, a few efficiency things. Let's run this. That's a really bad wall.
Maze wall.
That fire strike should have been eaten. Our snipers are not really positioning themselves. This is a very big question mark for me. This one. Why is having identified that they are running Goats with Mei, why is our Widowmaker still like way behind? And secondly, why is our Hanzo not like going up to this wall and then spamming them from above, or going all around here? Like, our rotations are very, very slow. So
Yeah, we can push.
Right?
okay, we cannot push. Literally, this Orisa does not want to push until our double snipers have done their job of taking someone out from the enemy team. Secondly, it's a goat, so that means that all six of them actually want to push into you. By having your Orisa stand even closer to them, okay, that defeats the entire purpose of having an Orisa and having double snipers. So, yeah. The better play here would have been to just position our snipers where they couldn't be run over, so like a high ground like over here or over here, and then just keep spamming them and forcing them inside that cubby. If they're inside that cubby, they can't capture, and if they try to capture, they're gonna get spammed. So, it's a lose-lose
Lucio
situation.
behind you guys.
Someone's left.
Yeah, it's
Runs
big. I can't touch.
They have a run.
Okay, they have no Rhine, that means that your snipers can still do their job. Not like they had much trouble doing their job anyway if they had better positioning. So this is still a very winnable fight. Not sure why your Orisa just happened to just stand behind or like fall in front of the enemy team, but okay, whatever.
Oof.
This is still a winnable fight because
Yeah.
again, your win conditions here are your snipers getting picks. So this is still a fight that you should
Should we
win.
just play goats? There's
Probably.
nothing.
You
we
could
can
also
really
play
do
goats,
against
but
them.
I mean, if you're gonna play ghosts, you might as well use your dragon now and then replace everybody.
Yeah.
I have dragons.
We could use Hansel to try to split them up.
Okay, that's actually a good
dragons.
idea.
I split them off, split them off.
Alright, just some nitpicking. You know that they're goats with a Mei, so that means that they want to stick as one whole unit. Therefore, they're not probably going to have half their team over here and then another half over here. So the better dragon positioning would be just into that room. That would actually split them off. But
Speed. Get Zarya, Zarya low.
again,
Big
nitpicking.
one.
Zarya
It-
purple, Zarya purple, Zarya purple.
Big one.
It works.
She's dead.
So we finish that off. Right, good.
Alright, they have.
I know.
What did they use there?
I don't
They
think
didn't use
he used
anything.
emeralds.
Okay. The better thing to do is for you to not push into them. Because again, they're goats with Mei. They want you guys to push into them. Or they want to push into you and then wall someone off and then punish them. Then rinse, repeat. Secondly, your snipers have no vision of what the hell is happening over here. They cannot support your tanks, who are just gonna feed. So why are we pushing up? We should be just on the point. Maybe you can protect from over here. Just hold them from over here. And then let your sniper snipe them from afar.
Nothing?
There's no reason
Okay,
for
they
you
have,
to
like,
go
everything.
over here.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason for you to move up
probably
all the way
repeat
there
it.
and then you're gonna be punished.
Uh,
Because none of your snipers are there to support you. Your Ana cannot see you. Like, okay, wait, pausing, moving a little bit back, and your Ana's literally over there. She cannot see. There's this gigantic wall, and then there's this wall. So it's like, this is just a really bad decision by the team. A better one would just be to hold over here or over here and just stall as much as you can. If you get walled, there's like a gigantic open space. So it's not really much of a wall. It doesn't do much. It's whatever. Your snipers can still snipe. Your Ana can rotate all the way here. Nade someone, sleep someone, heal you. Who knows?
Just die on point.
Do something useful.
Try and sleep.
get out. Get out.
Also, there was no plan after that. It's like, okay, our tanks got picked off. What the hell do we do? Do we nano boost our diva maybe to make this capture a little bit more expensive for the enemy team? Do we dragon where? Do we retreat right now and regroup? Just cut our losses? There's no call, and that call is very important because at least everybody on your team knows what to do. Right now, everybody has a different idea of how to handle this situation. And that is very bad, especially in a team game.
Get
We
out.
use Hansel ult again.
Yep.
After this, we
Watch
if
You guys are
we lose, we
cut
start
off.
to-
Okay, when you're walled off, your first response should not be to fire strike, it's to hard shield because they're gonna come after you with everything they have. And making yourself a lot less vulnerable to damage is the way that you survive and maybe your team can counter push into it. So,
Goats.
shield up.
Um,
Barrier.
Maze left. They're looking for grab.
Okay, they have
Oh,
no
wow.
wall.
I'm gonna dragon right now.
they're gonna shatter. They're gonna shatter.
Okay. If the call is they're going to shatter, do not charge the Rhine, no matter how close he might be. Because there's always this chance that Pin misses, like in this situation, the Reinhardt got flung all the way over there. And there's also a Zarya bubble that's going to be ready to protect them. So charging, not a good idea. Generally speaking. Also, in this situation, since well, it's probably not clear to the rest of the team that the Rhine was over here on the right, but in those situations, and you have like what do you call this, a Diva Bomb? Punish them by throwing a Diva Bomb into the fray, because their shield is literally over here. These guys have no shield other than the Mei wall, which they already used. So that means that they have nothing to counter this Diva Bomb other than running away. And if they run away in different directions, we have a Lucio and a bunch of guys that can deal a lot of damage. So you can focus down one guy, and we Gucci. So we press Q,
Nice.
things are happening
Get the break.
to our favor. They fucked that up as hard as they can, and that is why
They won.
you boys
Sorry.
get that point.
We probably shouldn't go too far. They have a main, they split us off.
That's a very good idea. This happened twice already.
Hold point.
We left.
Your snipers are playing back.
Okay, again, your snipers, when you have double sniper, you should be playing separate. You want to split off. You want two different angles of attack. That's like just a given. And number two, if you're running against ghosts, again, if you split them up, it's better for you, because the ghost that's very split does nothing. Also, why is our Ryan not wanting to go here? I mean, yes, you can get walled off, but just don't go beyond the stairs. Like, over here is fine.
Time stuff dragons.
Oh no.
That was a very mysterious Earth Shatter, by the way. Also, when you Earth Shatter, when you're going to Nano Boost after the Earth Shatter connects. If it doesn't connect, then okay, whatever. If it does connect, then that means that your then your Rhine can have like a lot of damage on a bunch of disabled targets, which is great.
Shatter.
Okay, when you hear the Mei ult, do not charge into the Mei ult. And most certainly do not fight this composition inside a tight room, because they really, really want you to be inside a tight room where you can be walled off, and more importantly, none of your three snipers can do jack shit, because they don't have any sight lines.
Don't fight in the room.
Okay, someone calls it out after the fact that someone died
They
to
don't
it.
lose your-
Hey
Those
guys.
are-
That's a
sorry,
nice
sorry.
boop.
Sorry, one.
Okay. Alright.
Alright, they still have Shatter and Coalescence.
And Mayo as
They,
well.
No, they
they
just
might
made-
not
they
have
just
shatter
made-
yet, but they're probably like 80 to it.
Okay, ult tracking can definitely use work, because we literally saw the gigantic Mei ult being thrown over there.
Just use Mayo.
Yeah, they just.
Oh yeah.
And
Did
they
they
use
beat?
Shatter into the grav.
They might have beat too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
beat.
No, Dragon can't beat.
Run one.
That was a very unfortunate charge. But even then, again, they have a Mei. This guy can be healed by like 3 people. And this is a burst heal right here. Moira heals by like 80, I think, per second. So you're fucked if they get a wall, because none of your healers are going to be able to help you.
Oh, okay.
So regardless if that charge was good or didn't hit this goddamn wall, it was still a very bad option. This situation.
Watch out.
Run. That's a trade. We need to back up. Yeah.
I'll just die in point.
Blissful, when you die, invite me.
Okay.
I told you it was
Just
gonna
one.
be a few minutes late. So.
Speedy, I'm recording from my TV.
Okay.
They're
Are
a
you
monkey.
continuing to play? Or are you subbing out?
Okay. If you're mid-scrim, do not have a conversation that isn't related to the scrim. As in, or rather to the situation at hand. The enemy team just captured the point. They're at 84%. I think that's more important. It's
What?
more important, like,
Are you
how
just
to
gonna
plan.
say
It's like what the hell you're
Yeah,
supposed
I
to
have
do.
dragons.
Oh, I was told you were sick and I was playing.
10
May
seconds.
dead.
Okay, now what is your team supposed to do? What is the plan here? The Mei is dead. Okay, why do we have Alfonso just pushing right? Who are the people on the left? What is this?
You have to
What
push.
about- Wait,
Touch
wait,
point,
wait,
touch point, touch point.
We're fine, we're fine. I can. We have time.
No, you're not fine because like 3 people are over here. There are 5 people over here. You're not gonna be fine. It's a 5v3.
Yeah, that's round.
Damn straight at this round.
One.
They're dead.
I have nano when I get back.
Back is monkey.
Winston, how?
Vanessa, enemy.
No, just go.
Enemy!
Okay, well, in that situation, just keep moving. It's whatever. If your Ana will eventually get the angle to get your nano boost on the point. But the most important thing is for your Winston to actually touch the point. Don't worry about the nano. You're not gonna be instantly bursted if your Ana is actually any good. Anyway, let's move on to this. Looks like Shrine.
I'm gonna spec you. No pressure.
Alright, so we're now running classic goats. Well, it's not really classic goats. We have a Zen, so that means that you want to push up, and your Zen is the only person behind. They're running a very scuffed version of goats without a Zarya. So that means that the moment that you see them, you call for your Lucio to speed boost in, and then you ram into the closest person that you can possibly find, and then rinse repeat. Because there's no saving bubble from a Zarya, there's no Zarya to speak of. So you can easily punish them. Like the burst healing from the Ana or the not Moira, the Brigitte, it's not gonna be enough. So get Brig was the call. I see no Discord over here. The team is still very split off, and there was no speed. There was no amp speed into Brig and then Killer. None.
I don't know, sleep.
Okay, secondly, that I didn't see. Okay, so let me just rewind that just a smidge.
Break through. Get break.
Okay, this bubble accomplishes nothing. Well, okay, maybe it shielded your Rhine from the, what do you call this, the flashbang, but that's not the main purpose. You have a Brig that can save him from the flashbang anyway by giving him more armor and more health. So it's whatever. Your shield, your bubble is supposed to purge that, the anti-nade, the anti-heal.
I don't know, sleep.
So your Rhine dies,
Lucio's
for
behind,
obvious
Lucio's behind.
reason.
Okay, back
This is an
down.
overfight. They're a bit slow. The enemy team is a bit slow in chasing.
They're pushing far.
The Ana could just capture the point, but whatever. They still get good kills after that.
Who said that?
Let's try to focus the midfield.
Again, we don't need that bubble, especially if we're now going to engage. Maybe you could have used that if we were just poking. We're no longer poking. We need that bubble for our Rhine so that he doesn't get anti-heal.
Lucio Discord.
Ran low, discard him.
I got him.
Pretty
Alright.
low.
We're focusing
On
on.
an anti.
I almost had beat.
Okay, but that's nice. You almost have beat. Who are you focusing on? Where's the focus? Like your tank or your Brig or your Reinhardt, or your Brig, wherever she is right now in this still image, are supposed to call out the target that they're going to focus on, and then your Zen is going to follow that up by discording that target. This is the reason why I said. This is the reason why I really don't like Zen compositions with goats, or goats with Zen as the main heal. I'm stumbling on my words right now, because this requires a lot of coordination that this team does not have, not yet. So in this case, like, the tanks are not really communicating to the Zen who to discord because there's no target call. So that's something that you really need to work on if you're insisting to run this composition.
Ana discarded.
So Ana discorded. Where's the Ana? Is she in front? No idea. If you must discord something that is being hit by your team.
Ana main. Ana one.
Lucio.
Not the farthest target from your team, especially with goats.
We have Shadow. Don't push the fight.
Do we have Shatter?
Actually, you can push a little bit further, somewhere around here or around here, because you want to choke them. You want them to have no access to your Zen. The more your Zen can just spam and just give Discord orbs from afar, from way over here, the better it is for your team. Because the enemy team cannot get to him. They cannot deny that. If you guys are in trouble, he can Transcendence, he gets a movement, speed boost, whatever thing, and you're all Gucci. So don't worry about it.
We could bomb
should,
Shadow.
Yeah. No, we can
We
bomb
don't have
grab.
Shatter.
Oh yeah.
Bomb
Okay.
grab. And then we can stun
I'm gonna
Shatter.
hide for
I'll
Shatter.
charge Ryan out of I'll charge
Discord.
Just grab.
Okay. Fire strikes are meant to be eaten by your... Okay, in Ghosts anyway. The fire strikes by the enemy Rhine are meant to be eaten. The bubbles are meant to save you from anti-nades.
Grab and then we can just try to stun the Ryan.
Ryan Discord.
Okay, that's a good position by your Zen.
Okay.
Okay, the moment that the Orisa, or not Orisa, the Brigitte uses her shield bash, she's basically in. She is in. That means she's very punishable. But this one is a setup to a Nerd Shatter stun combination. Qs are pressed.
Push.
Okay, push who? Push where? Are you supposed to push this Ryan who is alone? Are you supposed to push the McCree who was literally channeling his ult in front of your team? Are you supposed to go on this Brigitte? Who are you pushing? Who are you focusing on? Or is it this Lucio who's being a red shell? We don't know. None of your team knows. That's why there's a Zarya over here, there's a Brigitte over there, there's a Rhine over here, there's a Diva over here, and then there's a Zen that's basically not healing anybody. So, target focus. Really necessary for your team. Especially if you're running goats.
Ryan, back left. Ryan's gonna be...
Okay, if the call is Ryan back left, leave the Diva. This is not Ryan, that is Ryan. Go for him and then go for the Diva. Because you have a Lucio anyway to chase everybody and they don't want to be part of this conversation right now. This enemy team does not want to interface with you because they're down 1. And they're about to be down 3.
Coming on left.
I see him.
Just leave Diva.
Watch his area left.
McCree 1.
3-1.
We're in half.
Again, you can chase them. They want to stay here, and you're goats, and they're just you're 4v6ing right now. Well, 4v5, but because your Zen is still on the point, but still. You can punish them for
Let's
staying
put back
way
defense.
longer than they should be.
Bliss, if You're gonna
Oops.
throw a bomb and do a grab, throw it in the epicenter, not like on the outskirts.
Oh yeah, I thought we were gonna grab earlier.
You
Brig,
have going for
cut
grab,
down your
you
stun
can-
on the
I'll-
Reinhardt.
That was an okay bubble, by the way, because they're just poking. If it's
I'm
an
gonna wait
actual
for
fight,
secondary.
that bubble better be there, and that was the really bad bubble, because there's nothing happening. Your diva is supposed to eat that.
Ready? 3, 2,
They're looking
1.
through shadow. They're looking
Nice, nice, nice.
deep
So
anime.
Qs are pressed.
Go on,
Everybody is CC'd
He's
to
one, he's one.
ground. Of course, you're gonna win that.
Okay, Ana half. Back up, back up. We
Support,
can't
support's
get
on the right. Support's on the right, both of them, both of them.
Nice.
Good chase. It's a bit hesitant, but
Alright, I've rallied.
nonetheless,
Alright,
good
they-
chase.
They use nano. They have Burgle beat Shatter. And bomb.
Sorry, get back.
Maybe not.
Okay, why is our Zarya way over here if the rest of the team is not with her? Like, if you're gonna hold here, ask your team, or like, just position yourself in this particular area, ask your team to come with you. Because you're goats. You're goats, that means you play at just one gigantic death ball, with the exception of Zen. And now you're gonna feed.
Beat.
Jesus is about to
Reinhardt
feed.
beat.
Rally. McCree top left. McCree's.
He's super.
Yep.
I'm dead.
McCree one.
Ryan one.
Winnable.
Okay, the call is winnable. Who are you targeting? Who are you
Deep
focusing?
half.
Good brig, good brig.
Help percent.
That is a very strange looking brig, but okay.
Break left.
Almost
She's
dead.
one.
That is a very big
Uh,
grab. Holy
No, we
shit.
win, we win.
You made up for your overextension
I'm back with Shadow.
earlier, and you capture
I
this
don't know who's all
map.
tracking, but you called they had Briggle, Shatter, and Beat. They had Shatter, they had 20 to beat, and 6 to Brig.
While I agree that ult tracking could use some work, the bigger issue here is taking the initiative to chase targets, using your speed boost, using your cooldowns efficiently and effectively, and number 3, and probably the most important of all, target focus.
Yeah. Also, Jesus, if we're calling for Shatter, don't
Okay,
grab.
I think this is the one where you
Yeah.
guys pause
It is
for a
already
really
big
long
shadow.
time, so I'm just gonna advance it.
Your main, probably.
Okay, your main. Start the rotation.
Yeah,
That's a really bad wall by their Mei. That means you can go in and punish. Again, they're running this very strange composition wherein they just have a Mei and then have like a really weird goats composition. I mean, unlike last time, you can't really punish them because they now have this bubble, but at least you can spam them out because they don't have a diva.
Here, we can push on it. They have a wall.
They also have no shield bash, so again, this Brigitte is very much punishable.
Bring low. Get Discord Rain.
Ran Discord.
I Rhine Discord.
Rain no. Yeah.
Who are we focusing on? Is it still the Rhine? He's no longer discorded from what I can see. Okay, again, it would help the team if you called out your discords as well, and it would help the Zen if our main tank and our brig called out whoever they were focusing on,
I've trapped.
so that the Zen can actually follow up on them, as well as the rest of the team.
We have point.
Good grief, they really
Good
fucked up
good
their
work.
wall. I have no idea what that
Raise main,
Moira
raise
ult
main,
was
raise main.
about, but like, okay.
Killable. Zarya break. Come on.
Nice.
Okay, if we're chasing, why is our Lucio all the way over here? He should be over here, in the middle of the team, so that he can speed boost people in and speed boost them out. There's no need for you to actually guard the Zen, especially if the Zen is smart enough to be all the way back. This is a bit dangerous, but again, the call was to chase, so... Oops.
Back up. Back line.
High ground.
Good call, Puffle.
I have grab.
I have bomb.
We should get high ground.
Okay.
You're just gonna get point for free. You're Russian.
They're not gonna be getting that point for free if you rotate fast enough. I.e., they go there, you guys go here and intercept them before, before they can actually make a move. Right?
You have no.
That way you bifurcate their
Count
team.
on your stun under the Ryan break.
See, that rotation should have happened immediately. We were too afraid.
Ready? Oh, 3, 2, 1.
What?
Oh yeah, sorry. Here we go. Big up, big up, big up. I grabbed first.
Get more, no fade.
Wait, Mori's one, no fade, no fade, no fade, no fade.
Okay? So, no fade, is it a chase? Or did you just call out an ability that no longer exists? That needs to be clear. So, at this point, it looks like you're chasing, you need your Lucio to be here. And somehow, someway, Pequod is probably going to fetch Venom Snake, who, by the way, isn't even the real big boss. So God knows why he's going all the way back to the point. He should be here.
She's one. No, she's not.
Let's back up.
Alright,
Back
that's
up,
a
back
good
up,
kill.
Just leave him, just leave him.
Do not leave your teammate, especially if you have literally 2 saving ults, and number 2, they're just respawning. You killed one of them, so it's a 5v6. It's a 5v6, or 6v5, to your favor. So that means that if they wanna fight this, they're gonna get punished, and they're gonna get punished hard. So just commit. Don't worry about your ults, because you're goats. You're goats. Goats does not really rely that much on ults to win fights. Unless, of course, the enemy team uses their ult. But again, you have 2 saving ults. They don't have an Ana. Okay? There's no Ana in this enemy composition. Oops. There's no Ana there. So there's no anti-nade, there's nothing to nullify the Transcendence, just in case you need it. So be brave. Save CC, okay? He's precious. He's a precious little boy. You need him. In this fight anyway.
Just leave him.
I'm gonna get. I'm.
Get back, get back, get
I'm
speed,
in
speed.
world.
Be more clear on what else you're using.
That is not the problem here.
They have shadow, they're gonna look for shadow this way.
Let's use transfer grab.
Or for Shatter. Which one?
Follow me.
Whichever happened first. Use transfers.
Also, I love how you guys are planning all of this in the middle of the actual team fight. Instead of like, before that, we planned this is what we're gonna do. These are the ults that we're gonna use.
I'm back.
Back out. Wait, we win this. We can fight.
Help her run, help her run, help her run.
Main one.
Again, focus where? What is your focus? Help your Ryan? Okay, but who are we supposed to kill after that?
Watch Shatter, watch Shatter, watch Shatter.
We probably should just get out.
Yeah, just.
When you're making a call, don't say probably, maybe, say we should get out. Period.
No, just get out, get out, get out.
Be
get out,
very
get out.
decisive in your calls. It may be right, it may be wrong. We'll soon know in a VOD
Let's
review.
end this fight.
But
Alright,
please,
they beat-
please, just be very certain with what you're about to do.
I have grab.
And what you want
They
to
have
do
shadow.
They don't
to
have
the rest of
diva,
the
so
team.
it's basically just a free grab.
If you're going to make a decision, be very sure about it, be very concise about it, and tell it to the rest of your team. So that they can follow up. No doubt, no fear.
Lucy's picking up Diva. Okay, we're ready.
Yeah, we're here.
The more indecisive you are,
I'm gonna rally in.
the longer your push is going to be, and the less confident the rest of your team is going to be with what they're going to do.
Pick up, pick up.
It's a nice grab. Another flaw of not having a diva.
I got
1.5.
Shatter. Fight, fight.
Get the Zarya, Zarya.
Break
Dead.
behind.
Ryan low.
I'm dead.
Main X.
Moira one.
Lucas break, Lucas break.
Support main. Your main wall.
Yes, their Mei wall is garbage.
Yeah, their Maywall killed Brig that fight.
Yeah, their main walls are really bad.
We're at 30 till Yeah.
But before you actually judge their main walls, judge yourselves. Because good grief, you have a lot to work on.
No main.
Left side, left side.
No, main.
Rain
Oh,
discord.
Lucio's over there.
They have no main now.
Okay, now you rotate again. The moment that they're trying to go all the way to the point from here, intercept the middle of their team over here. Because it's most vulnerable. Goats is also vulnerable from the side. If you attack it from the side, especially if you have Earth Shatter
So
or
don't be scared. Help us
or
on, help us on.
Grav.
Right side.
Yeah, I could use some help.
That was
Огонь по готовности!
You gotta make.
Lucio one.
doesn't matter. We lose. Just die. Finesse and just die.
They might have beat
They probably have B.
and coalescence.
Straight main and grab.
We have Grav.
They have a diva now.
Wait for me.
Yeah. They have
Or
lots
Zen
of
still
D.Va.
coming back?
Alright, it's fine. Our team
Baby
is
Diva's
like-
main right now.
Wait.
We grab together. Baby Diva's out of match right now.
Yeah. If we go fast, we can go fast. Oh, she got
You
it.
can grab, you can grab.
Our Zarya's main.
Again, where are you supposed to go? I mean, why is this Zarya over here in main? If they're actually any smart, they would just push your Zarya and then reset on the point.
Going off.
Rally?
Stun Ryan.
Diva this way.
Nice. Break.
Big grab.
Ryan half.
So touch.
I beat.
We should have.
Well, that's a C9, but the more important thing there is the fact that, again, who were we focusing on in that one? The Discord was on the Rhine. I'm not sure if anybody else was shooting the Rhine. So, really big question marks. But bottom line here is the team has a lot to work on. But the most important parts are, or the most important ones are, number one, target focus. Because if you're running this Zen, you better have a Rhine and a Brigitte that can talk and say, stack on me, we're focusing this target. Or stack on me, focusing on this target. And then our Zen will say, discording that target that you're focusing on. Something like that. Another thing is just positioning and rotations, like quick rotations. And I think that would tie into number 3, which is situational awareness. Like knowing how your team works as a unit and your win conditions in every fight versus in relation to the enemy team. Like how is goats supposed to work against this kind of goats, for example. So things like those are things that you can work on for now. Anyway, this was Gumby. Hopefully this review was semi-useful. I'll see you next time.
I just rushed the point. I don't know.
C9.
Fairness, there's none. There's none. There's literally none. Oh shit.